Hello everyone and welcome to another video still in the AS350, and this time we will discuss sling load operations in this helicopter. It's HESLO, a helicopter external sling load operation. Now I'm not going to explain how to use AlpineHoist, the plugin itself, because I have already done it in a previous video. I put a link to this video in the description in case you are new to AlpineHoist and you don't know how to use it. What I'm going to do is to talk about the specificities of this helicopter when it comes to sling loading. So first we will configure the helicopter for sling load operations. So here, same thing. So of course you will want a loads counter, and I will explain what it does. And of course you want a sling hook. Mirror is optional about that. I like to have it because it's not very functional anyway. And flow window and bubble window, we'll talk about this in a moment. And for the rest, you can remove the floats, step as you want. But of course, this is the section you want to pay a lot of attention to. And then why not remove the doors? So we will remove the doors. And pilot helmet, wire, wiper, this part you do as you want, and that's it. So let me see how it looks. Let's zoom out. There we go. So I might actually also remove the seats. So remove front seat, remove back seat. There it is. And as you can see, I've already set up a little scenery here. So there it is. Now let's talk about the counter here. Okay, the load counter. And it does have persistence. So actually, each time your sling lifts up a weight of a minimum of 200 kilo, if I'm not mistaken, it will automatically register one count. And then you will go to the drop site and deliver the cargo, and maybe come back, and once you lift off again with weight, it will register another one. So it goes on like this, 2, 3, 4, etc. And apparently it has persistence. And when you want to reset it to 0, you just click here. Okay, it will reset to 0. That's how to use this load counter. And now you do have here a sling meter, a load meter actually. It will tell you here it's in kilogram, I believe, above, and pound below the weight of the cargo. Okay, and why is it positioned this way? It's because in this type of helicopter, what you will do is you will pick out like this. Okay, and then you will have your hook visible, except that here the hook is at the rear. But anyway, you will be able to see what's going on the ground, the person helping you, maybe even the load, etc. And you just kind of look here, and when you are lifting off, when you register weight here, it means that you have properly hooked up and lifting the load. And when you are coming back to the drop site, and maybe you're touching ground, you will find that it's registering 0. Maybe you're not delivering it here, but you have lowered the helicopter too much. That's why it's indicating 0. So you need to lift off again, and that's how you use this load meter. Okay, now let's talk about the big elephant here: how realistic you can do sling loading operations in a simulator. And the best example I can take, but I don't remember which channel it was. It was a real pilot, real life helicopter pilot, flying the B3. This is the BA version of the helicopter. He was flying the B3, that is the Airbus H125. He flies it in real life. That's what he does, sling load operations with those long slings, which is even more difficult. That's what he does every day. And how I got to know about his channel, it's because he's also on X-Plane. And he was trying to do what he does so wonderful in real life. He was trying to do it, and the keyword here is trying. He was trying to do it in X-plane, and man, he was struggling like hell. Why? Even if he's a real pilot, he does this in real life. A simulator is totally different. Actually, when you are flying a helicopter, do you know what is going to tell you if the helicopter is picking up speed, slowing down, gaining altitude, losing altitude, yawing, etc.? It's your butt. When you're sitting in that seat here, it's your butt. Your butt will tell you what the helicopter is doing. So in real life, you can do this, and you will feel the helicopter gaining altitude. So you will adjust the collective. It's kind of a yawing to the right or to the left or whatever it is. Your butt is going to tell you what you need to do so that you can keep looking outside like this and still, you know, fly the helicopter. But try to do it in the simulator. Like I said, a real pilot who does this every day, that's his job. He can't, because he's not getting the feedback he gets in real life. So if a real pilot is struggling, now we, you know, flight simmers, who will be struggling even more. So there are a few things you can do, and I will bring the plug-in here, AlpineHoist. First of all, you can play a little bit with the preferences. I believe by default it's 5 meters and 3 seconds, so I put it to 2 seconds and maybe, and then yeah, actually that's something I just made myself. It's not for today, so let's bring it back to English, so that you can hear the English voice. Oh, except that I have male models for the helpers, but anyway. And you can also get assistance, horizontal, vertical, etc. And you can play around the distance. This is going to activate when you get within 50 meters. That is horizontal guidance. That is forward, backward, left, right. And vertical guidance is your height above ground. Okay, so I will let you play a little bit with this one. And as I said, I already have a video how to create the sceneries, etc. So what I'm gonna do is just make a very simple, and that's why I believe I have a small, very small sling, 10 meter. It's just to demonstrate how especially that load works and how you can in turn do sling load operations. And of course, usually I use the 30 meter one, but here I just wanted something a little bit easier for demonstration purposes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the helicopter, and I will see you when ready to begin the operation, and you will see the load and the counter here in action. So I'm just gonna skip that startup because I've already shown it before. Now I just wanted to show you something that I tried in the previous video, that is to put the visor on, but actually when you also have the safety on, the tie downs, that's why it put the cover, and I was not seeing the pilot inside, but actually if you toggle sunglasses, okay, you will get the visor. But if the helicopter is shut down and if you have the safeties, you will also get the windshield and the visor. That's why we were not seeing the visor. But if you want, okay, there it is. So let's get inside the helicopter. I will leave these guys off because we are not going to need them anyway. And remember, if you want to this load meter to work, you have to activate here a sling, and it's very practical to have a key binding to this, like here. My mouse is here, okay, and so that in the air you can activate or deactivate it. Okay, so we're gonna activate it, and we'll see the sling here, the load counter, and the load meter here in operation. There we go. So let me see if I remove friction. Yes, so very simple operation. And of course, you're going to use this, the altitude indicator, the radar altimeter, to know. You can even put the bug, okay, where you calculate it's in meter. The slings are in meter, Yeah, it's in feet, so you do the calculation and you put the bar where you want it to be. Usually I work with 30 meters, so it's around 100 feet, so I don't need to put a plug anyways. Let's try to do it. Once again, the pedals, so I've talked about it in the previous video, so let's see how it goes.
Ground.
And even if the models, the helper models are males, I still have to change my voice. I just did one for Italian. I will use my upcoming Italian Alp
forward 30 meters.
Scenery, so let's concentrate on Toscana.
High 5 meters. Forward 10 meters.
Forward 10 meters, she's saying.
High 3 meters. Ground. Hooked.
Hooked. And you see the load?
Forward 5 meters.
Let me just fly a little bit around so that I can then
backward
use
30
my
meters.
hand to show you. There it is, it registered 1 and the load here. Okay, so let me get back to flying the helicopter. And of course, once you notice the distance here, the altitude that is, you have to fly above it in order not to make the load touch the ground. And once again, the AlpineHoist plugin itself, I've already explained everything in detail in the video that you will find in the description of this video. And it's now, as you can see, it's still, see the load meter here, it's still okay, let me do something here. Do something here. See the load meter, it's still has weight. Now let's say you're flying too low for some reason, not paying attention, you don't have the helper close to tell you what's going on. You see the load? There it is. 0. Okay, so you know, yeah, it's a short sling, but if it's a long one, you might not be exactly aware if you're touching the ground or not. And now, as I'm lifting off, you can see the load meter is registering, and actually you can use this to determine. Once again, let's look at the radar altimeter, and slowly, and as soon as it registers, there it is. So now I know where the needle needs to be for a 10-meter sling. Okay, so I was looking at this needle here. So now I know where my ground position is going to be with that load, so I will make sure I'm flying above it. And once again, the models here, I've changed them. I was already working on my Italian operation that is going to come soon. You won't get those helper models in the AlpineHoist
60 meters.
So,
high 3 meters.
there he is. And we also need to make male voices in English.
Forward 10 meters.
Forward 10 meters.
High 3 meters. Ground. Released.
Released. Okay, so there it is how you do Sling Load
Good
Operations.
position.
And let's land the helicopter.
Backward 10 meters.
So you saw how the load counter works. So each time you will pick a load, it will register 1 and then 2 and then 3. And you saw how the load meter works. So even if you lower power the helicopter and the cargo is still attached, because there's no weight on the sling, it will register 0. And actually you can use this method to determine, like we did here, for the length of the sling you are using. Okay, for the length of the sling, as soon as you are lowering down and you see this needle go down, you just quickly glance at the radar altimeter and you will know where the needle should be. And actually I think there is a key binding for that burger here. Then you can position it, and remember, when the needle is below it, the light will be on, and when you go above, that is higher than this set altitude here, which is I believe 40 feet, and then you will this light will go off. Okay, so this is how you can do sling load operations. And once again, if you want to reset this, you just click and it will reset back to 0. So if you're unfamiliar with the AlpineHoist plugin itself, as I said, I've already explained everything in detail, like how to create the sceneries here, okay, how to add the helper, the loads, etc. I've already explained all those things, and how to configure the helicopter also. Okay, so I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in another video in which I will probably cover the fire attack variant of the helicopter. Until then, take care. Bye bye.